dalam seminar internasional conference di Universitas Warmadewa, para pimpinan dan para peserta seminar internasional yang saya cintai dan yang saya banggakan, atas nama Yayasan Kesejahteraan Korpri Provinsi Bali sebagai badan penyelenggara universitas.
Please pay your attention to this what he is going to present to us. Okay, we would like to invite Professor Francis Diaz. Time is yours.
Good morning, everyone. Selamat pagi, teman-teman. Especially to the organizers of this conference, to Dr. Pandit. Thank you very much for the patient correspondence in email and in Facebook. And also for the committees, thank you very much for the very warm welcome in the past few days. So whenever I go to Indonesia, they think of me as an Indonesian. So they talk to me in Bahasa. So I have memorized this line and tell them, saya tahu, saya terlihat seperti orang Indonesia. Tapi saya bukanlah orang Indonesia. Tapi saya adalah orang Filipina. But the problem is, they again talk to me in Bahasa, knowing that I know Bahasa. So I stopped doing that and just talk to them in English. So this is my name, John Francis Diaz, and if you are wondering why I have these Chinese characters in here, these are my Chinese names. So if you're a foreigner working in Taiwan, you are given Chinese names. So in my records, in my university, I use my Chinese name. So these are the several hats that I'm wearing in my university. And today, aside from being one of the keynote speakers, I am also a tourist. Right? And this is my first time in Bali, and I am loving Bali. And I can tell, just from the structures around your place, you have this very deep and colorful culture. Right? So just last July, I went to Yogyakarta. I also attended a conference and of course visited Borobudur. Right? This is also one of the famous tourist destinations here in Indonesia. So all of us want to travel. Okay? All of us want to become tourists. Because, well, who doesn't want to relax, right? But luckily for us, that nowadays, travel and tourism are getting cheaper and cheaper. It is getting more accessible to ordinary people. Okay? That's why we can say that we can safely assume that the travel and tourism sector, okay, the travel and tourism sector is constantly growing. Okay? So, next. So this is the contribution of the travel and tourism sector to the global economy. Okay? In 2017, the contribution of the travel and tourism sector already reached 8.27 trillion. Right? And to give you a context, okay, the total global GDP is 79.87 trillion. So in the travel and tourism sector alone, this is around 10.35%. So the travel and tourism sector is contributing around 10.35% to the global economy. And this trend is expected to rise. And not only that, if the global economy from 2016 to 2017 is growing at a rate of 5.8%, the travel and tourism sector is growing at 8.67%. The travel and tourism sector is really outpacing the global economy's growth. Right? So that's why it is very important to talk about tourism. And this conference is very timely, right? Because we are talking about tourism, not just tourism, but sustainable tourism. Okay? So next, Esa. Okay. This is the Travel and Tourism Competitive Index, okay, in 2017. This is the latest data. And if you're curious, Spain. Spain is the number one. As a next, can you click? As a, oh, there. So Spain is number one, and Professor Kiyoshi's country, Japan, is at number 4. Okay? And Japan is the only Asian country in the top 10. Okay? And what's good is that Japan, as an expert, Japan, they improved by 5 notches, right? From the 2015 ranking, because they're doing this every 2 years. Right? So Japan improved its position. Okay, now I have this question. Can you guess what is the ranking of Indonesia in the Travel and Tourism Competitive Index? Can I have a guess? What do you think is the rank? Any number? Okay, let's go to the next one. As a next. Alright, Indonesia is over here. 42nd. 42nd out of 136 countries. Yes, and the good news is that Indonesia jumped 8 notches. You have a positive growth in your ranking. Okay? So from 2015, you jumped 8 places. So this is really a good news, right? You're really improving in your tourism initiatives. Okay? Next, Elsa. Next, yeah. So now, how do we maintain this momentum? Just like what I mentioned earlier, conferences like this is very important to improve this momentum, or to sustain this momentum. Because conferences like this, in conferences like this, we can be able to brainstorm, discuss, just like what our rector mentioned a while ago, right? Especially for Bali being the #1 tourist destination in Indonesia. Right? This is a very, very perfect topic here in your locality. And as a next. Okay, next. Next. Okay. So here, in our theme, the challenges of social science towards sustainability tourism, we can actually turn this into a question, rephrase it, and ask ourselves, what are the challenges that the field of social science is encountering in order to achieve sustainable tourism? So we have to overcome those challenges in order to achieve continuous tourism operations. Right? So being from finance, I'm going to tell you one of the biggest challenges in having and sustaining tourism operations. Right? And I think this is also a very common problem to all of us. As our next, the problem of money. Right? Okay? So here I have, here I have some Filipino words, which I think is similar with Bahasa. Can you recognize sakit? Sakit is like a disease, or it's aching, you're not feeling well, right? In Filipino, it's the same, sakit. And then bulsa is pocket. Alright? And sa is just a preposition. Esa, move back. Yes, sakit sa bulsa. Okay? Sa is just a preposition. In, on, right? So here, yeah. Sakit sa bulsa means you have no money. Oh, my pocket is aching. That's not money. So in English, I'd like to call this pocket ache. Similar with your headache, stomach ache, pocket ache. Alright? Yes. So tourism operations also experience pocket aches. Right? And in this talk, I'll try to cure them. Okay? Next, Eza. So just like what I said, financing is a common problem in sustaining and protecting tourist destinations. Next item. Okay, now, did you know that according to CNN, there are already 9 tourist destinations that are dying? Okay? And out of the 9, I'm just going to name 2. And I'm going to also mention the 2 factors why these tourist destinations are dying. Okay? Next, next. Go back a bit. Yeah. The first one is man-made causes. And this is happening with the Great Wall of China. Okay? As I didn't play this video, this is a video. No sound? Anyways, this video is just telling us that parts of the Great Wall of China is crumbling. It's being damaged. Right? And according to this video, about 1/3.
700 miles of the wall are in extremely poor shape. Primary causes for the decline were identified as the effects of nature and theft. Over the past several hundred years, wind and rain have taken a toll. Plants growing on the wall have also accelerated its decay. Some of the towers are so dilapidated, it's believed they could be wiped out by a single storm. Not helping matters is that stealing bricks has become common in some areas. They're often used to build houses, and some are sold as souvenirs. Though protection regulations have been put in place, the resources to enforce them are often not available.
Okay, that's one, man-made. And it was also mentioned in the video that people are stealing bricks. Number 1, as a souvenir. Of course, you'll be proud. Oh, I have a brick from the Great Wall of China. And some people are also stealing those bricks to build their own houses. How's that? Right? And it was also mentioned that there are some natural causes. So next, Esa. Okay. This one, the Angkor Wat, is also experiencing some damage because of natural causes, because of climate change. Let's watch this video. If you can just read this one. Climate change is causing the damage. Right? So in climate change, we're expecting more floods, more rapid changes in the weather. Right? So this will continue damaging the Angkor Wat. Right? So next slide. But again, in these 2 scenarios, man-made causes and natural causes, these things are actually difficult to spot, right? Because they occur naturally, like weather changes. However, knowing knowing that there are man-made and natural causes destroying these tourist destinations, we need to, of course, maintain and repair this tourist destination. And in maintaining, repairing them, of course, we need money. So, however, just like what I've been reiterating, financing has been a great challenge. Okay, the lack of financing is a situation where tourism projects or initiatives lack inadequate access to capital. So being in finance, I would want it to be at a reasonable rate. As much as possible, if I'm going to borrow money, I want it to be at low interest rate, right? So financing is used to either finance activities, finance current activities, maintain the site, just like what should they do in the Great Wall of China and Angkor Wat? Expand operations, and or discover potential tourist destinations. This is very true here in Indonesia, being an archipelago. You have many islands, and that means you have plenty of tourist destinations to discover in the future. Okay? What you only need is money to discover and develop. Okay. So the lack or limited source of financing is a real hindrance to the growth of tourism. We can all agree to this. So next, okay. Now, what I'm proposing right now is to have a formal education, formal academic discipline that would train us to find financing sources for tourism. Next. Okay, so now this is what I'm discussing with the committee yesterday. I'm going to propose a new discipline, academic discipline that is ideal for tourism graduates or maybe even economic departments, called tourism finance. So tourism finance, the full title of my talk is tourism finance, investing and financing in sustainable tourism.